Hello and welcome to Josh Toronto 05. Now, of course, there was no football yesterday, so this isn't going to be a Euro video. As you can see from the background picture, I'm going to be talking about movies. I'm going to start a new series on my channel. It's going to be called My Top 5. That's so original, isn't it? So basically, I'm just going to have a little chat with you whenever I want to about my top 5 favourite things. Now, today, I'm going to talk about my top 5 favourite movies. Yay! So this will just be a little look, a little description of why I like each film. There'll be a few surprises, and most of them are comedies, except the first one. So we'll start at number 1 first, because I don't know why. I don't know why I chose it that way, but I'm going to do it that way, if you know what I mean. I'm just dying, don't worry. So, I've not done this very well. I'm just waiting for it to get to a minute so I can talk about the first film. And here we go. So as you can see on the screen now, my first film is Batman: The Dark Knight. It's my favourite film ever because it's amazing. It's just a great film. I think, it was Heath Ledger's. It was like his bowing out film. It was his. I haven't seen a lot of his films, but he was brilliant as the Joker in it. Kristen Bale as Batman, and it was just a great film, full of action. There was a bit of comedy as well. There's always going to be when you got the Joker. Suspense, drama. There was a bit of philosophy in it at the end as well, with the two prisoner boats. They had to choose whether to blow the other one up, or in the hope that the other team, the other boat, wouldn't blow them up. And as a philosophy student, we learnt about that earlier this year. So yeah, all in all, it's just a really fun film. If you haven't seen it, go and see it. I don't know why you haven't seen it. Of course, the sequel's coming out soon. I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, and of course, Two-Face. He's a really interesting character as well as a conflict of emotions. So my second favourite film is Anchorman. Of course it is, because it's one of the greatest comedies, if not the greatest comedies ever. It's brilliant. It's Will Ferrell at his best. Steve Carell as well. Paul Rudd. Can't remember who the guy or the girl are, but those three characters are my favourite anyway. Steve Carell, of course, he came out with the favourite line, "I love lamp," which is a brilliant line, which gets quoted a lot and put on T-shirts and the like. But it's just a laugh-a-minute comedy, isn't it? There's that scene in it where they all have the battle of the rival news stations, and that's brilliant. He goes, "Brick, you killed a guy." I know. You should probably lay low for a bit. It's brilliant. Where'd you get a grenade? It's a film that you can just quote. There's so many things you can quote in it because it's just brilliant. Again, if you haven't seen it, where have you been living for the past, since it came out in like the 90s or whatever? It's a brilliant film. Go and watch it. That's why it's one of my favourites. It's just superb. Just superb. So yeah, and also Will Ferrell has a great moustache. And you can't deny how good that moustache is. My third favourite film is American Pie. It's American Pie 2 in the background. Not necessarily my favourite. I've enjoyed most of the films. It has been like the best, the second best, the third best, and then it's just been getting worse and worse and worse and worse. If anyone saw the last film, The Book of Love, then you'll have known what sort of level they hit in that. The only redeeming feature for that movie was its incredible soundtrack. I just loved all the music they chose for that film, which is a sad thing to love in a film, but yeah, I think it's a good film. All of them it's a great series of films, It's like, if you grew up in the 90s, which I did, and I'm not one of these 90s kids who, grew up in 1999. I was born in 1994, so I did have 6 years of the 90s. I think I did probably watch the first one when I was about 12, something like that. So that would have been in 2004 or something. No, 2006. So yeah, I tried to follow the series. We're moving on to the next one now, actually, and it's Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. A strange choice, I know. It's one of those like niche little films that maybe not everyone's seen. It's a really good film. It's the kind of film which I definitely like. I'm a big fan of gaming, as you know. Not just football games or whatever, but I love like classic Nintendo and Sega and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not old enough to have had things like the consoles that are known by letter. Yeah, I'm really showing my young age there. But yeah, and it kind of brings in like the Street Fighter style gameplay, and it's really amazing. And it's some of the art is amazing. Not like the art, but the graphics. And Ramona Flowers is maybe the most attractive girl I've ever seen in my life. And it's one of my favourite actors in it as well. Just a funny film with a lot of emotion and a lot of fun. It's just brilliant. And now, my next film, this is a surprise. Wimbledon. Yes, my fifth favorite film of all time is the fabulous, amazing, Amazeball, amazing. Oh my God, what the hell, Wimbledon? It's one of the most surprisingly good films I've ever seen. I first saw it, I don't know, maybe in when was it out? It was out in 2001. Maybe in 2008 or something like that. It's always on before Wimbledon, obviously, promoting the film and the competition. But I just love it. It's so good. I mean, I love tennis. I love Kirsten Dunst. I don't know why, but she's in Spider-Man. How can you not love someone in Spider-Man? And the guy, he's all right as well. He's a lesser known actor. I can't even read his name on the screen as I'm doing this, but he's good in it. You know, it's romantic. It's all the rest have been funny or The Dark Knight, but this one it's a little bit rom-com sort of thing. But the tennis aspect of it really brings it back.